What's YouTube back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about This Is Me, part 2. Um, and we're going to pick up from Infinite Warfare. We're going to discuss Infinite Warfare and my life around that time and beyond. So let's get into it. Infinite Warfare for me was a big time in my life. I think it really helped me understand my passion for COD and the love I had for it. And I had a lot of stuff going on in my real life that sucked with my dad and health. My dad had gotten really sick during Infinite Warfare's life cycle, a little bit before. And it really helped a lot. It distracted me from my real life issues. And for that alone made it a game to stick with me for decades to come. By the end of Infinite Warfare's life cycle, I had earned over 400 plus nuclears and reached, I think, Master Prestige 26 or 27, right around there. And for me, I just really enjoyed the style of gameplay. And around the same time, for Infinite Warfare, when I decided to do YouTube for the first time. I also kind of decided to do Twitch as well, but I didn't really start Twitch until the end of Infinite Warfare's life cycle. And I didn't really know where I was going to go with my YouTube. I didn't know what was going to happen. But I knew that no matter what, I was going to make it. I was going to follow my passion. Infinite Warfare is also when I met my best friend, Xavier. I don't know if he'll see this video. If you do, Xavier, I love you, brother. I know we don't get to play a lot, but I know life is just all over the place. But I don't know if I'd be the same man I am today if it wasn't for him. Our friendship has had the most craziest ups and downs, and we fought and argued and we laughed and we cried together. But I think that in a way, it's what makes friendship is the rough patches. Because obviously a friendship can be really good and not have rough patches, but I think the rough patches makes a difference, and yeah, I just, sometimes I think about it, and I think this is why I want to do these videos, because I think about these things all the time, and I feel like it's important for people to understand the person behind the game, behind the videos, behind the controller, behind the camera. And there's days when I play or I'm just sitting alone, and I miss the old crew. I miss the homies Bloodline and Gabe and Frosty and Xavier and Bankroll and the whole 20, 30 people that I would hang out with on a daily basis. I miss that, but I think that in a way I have found a new friend group and a new community of people. And obviously we have our rough patches as well, but I wouldn't trade that for anything. So World War II came out the following year, and that's when I started my Twitch fully. And I had a really good experience on that game. The first couple months were rough, but after a while I got the hang of it and I liked it and really enjoyed it. World War II, I ended with 690 plus nuclears of 1,000 with over 3,000 hours almost, and I had a huge growth on YouTube, and then obviously my Twitch had blown up as well. This would be the year that I started to lose my friend group that I had made during Infinite and Black Ops 3. Unfortunately, life has a weird way of pushing people out of your life. And boy, did it do it. The last couple of months, I remember, were pretty rough for our group. Fights would break out, arguments, and some people just decided to take a break. And I would continue to play World War II for 2.5, 3 years, strong. With the release of Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare 2019, I just wasn't feeling them. I played a lot of Black Ops 4 for the most part with my buddy Xavier. He put in like 4,000 hours into Black Ops 4. He loved it. And that kind of put a rift in our friendship, because I was all about World War II and he was all about BO4, and I think that put a blocker in our experiences. We weren't playing together hardly at all, and that drives wedges between people. And around the same time at BO4, I had, if I remember correctly, just moved to Virginia. And that was a big life step for me. I moved to a state that I didn't know anybody. I moved from, playing with people I knew to not really knowing anymore, like anyone. But thankfully, in Virginia, I found some friends at school, and my buddy Austin. I had some cool people there, and then, with the release of Modern Warfare 2019, and all that kind of happened, things were looking up, and then, of course, my YouTube and Twitch blew up. And that was the largest growth I've had. During the Modern Warfare 2019's life cycle, playing World War II during that life cycle of MW 2019 blew me up. Averaging 20 plus viewers a stream, 100 fucking followers here, 100 fucking subs there on YouTube, and it was crazy. It was an insane time. Then Cold War was announced, and so I played Cold War the same as I played 2019. I got MW. I just kind of experienced it, seen what it was all about, and then kind of just moved on. Played Cold War Zombies really hard, and after I got Dark Aether, I came back to World War II, but unfortunately, I had no one to play with, really, and a lot of my viewers were gone. We always make choices in life, I think, that dictates how successful we'll be. And I like to think that I could be more successful today had I not stopped to play Cold War. I feel like I made poor decisions back then, but I feel like there's also part of the experience of learning what works, what doesn't work. And with no one really having to play MW2 with, not MW2, sorry, World War II with, I began doing streams to notice I wasn't getting viewers, and I began doing, depending on how you look at it, some negative things. I did a lot of stream sniping in World War II. I doubt it wouldn't always be a negative way of stream sniping. What I would do a lot of times was go to someone's stream, interact with them. I'd usually end up joining their lobby and carrying them, getting a nuke while on their stream or something, and trying to build relationships off that. And it worked for a while. I was in, six mans a lot for a while. Playing with some fantastic people, people who that at least I know of, that still play World War II to this day on stream. Some that don't. My man, JSD, just some dude gaming. I think it's what his Twitch handle was. Fantastic dude, and I would like to say, mentored me a lot in the Twitch genre. And I think he made me take responsibility for, being concurrent with streaming and all that. And then when Vanguard released in, what was it, 2021, 2022, I felt as if my calling, since I've been playing World War II for so long, was going to be Vanguard, since it was basically just World War II upgraded. And during the private beta, I really liked it, and during the first couple of weeks of launch, I really liked it, and they took some really gnarly turns. And I quit. I quit Call of Duty for I don't even know, like a month, 2 months, 3 months. But for me, it was a long time because I hadn't really left COD that long since, my PS3 died, and I had to wait a couple months to get my PS4. Back in Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare era, or Black Ops 3 era. And I began to play COD World War II again, but it wasn't really anything serious. I played a lot of Fortnite, a lot of Apex Legends. I was into GTA 5 during that period of time. And I think it made me appreciate COD, though, because when I didn't play COD, I missed it. I felt as if a part of me was missing. And that's why even now, Call of Duty pisses me off all the time. But I don't think I could ever leave a game that is a part of who I am. It is who I am. I love other games. I love DayZ. I love my people over there in DayZ that I play with and hang out with, and everything like that. But I could never quit Call of Duty to play like DayZ or something like that all the time, because it's not who I am. And so I came back to Vanguard with the idea of grinding it and giving it a chance, and I played it for about 2 months, straight, pretty much. I went crazy on it. I believe that was around like season 3 or 4. And then they added laser guns and shit. And I'm not all against laser guns. I think futuristic COD titles are some of the best that we ever had. For some of the Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare 3, Exo CODs, I think are some of the 3 best CODs we've forgotten. But my problem was it wasn't an Exo COD. It wasn't a advanced moving COD, and so it didn't work. With the growing SPMM as well, I began to lose hope in Call of Duty's multiplayer, and I started looking for outlets to play other games or other modes in COD. And so I began doing a lot of zombies and a lot of Rebirth Island, game modes like Ground War and stuff like that. I played those a little more often than regular multiplayer maps, or if I was playing regular maps, I'd play like Shipment or Shoe House, depending on whatever. And I won't go into MW2, that'll be part 3, because MW2 kind of, there's things I want to talk about for the future, and I don't want to do that in this video. But what I want to do for the rest of the time we have available is break down why I'm so focused on being the best. This is something I touch a lot to my buddy at college, not necessarily about video games, but why I always fight to prove I'm right, or to prove someone's wrong, or to always involve myself in other people's problems. And it's a personal thing I'm working on my own, but I feel like it'll help you guys understand me as a person, You may not like that person, and that's fine. Um, but with that being said, let's get into it. And so, for my whole life, I've always felt as if I was never good enough for, I think, pretty much anyone, really. Um, I've always felt as if I was fighting this supervillain, like the Joker and Batman. I was Batman, and this whatever it was Joker. And in the story of the DC, the Batman's always fighting with the Joker, and the Joker somehow always gets away, or Batman somehow fails, or the Joker succeeds in some way, and the Batman fails, and there's always this continuous circle of events. That's how it was for me. Um, I just felt like I could never outperform somebody. I felt like I was always competing and failing, competing and failing, competing and failing over and over again. And by the time I hit 18, I was a legal adult in the United States of America, where I live, obviously. Um, and there were so many things that people were telling me that I needed to do, to try, to accomplish. And I tried and failed a lot of those things. Um, when I graduated high school in 2021, I had one goal in mind. Well, two. That was become a police officer and become a YouTuber professionally full time, if that was in the cards. Um, and as we sit here now, the 20-year-old about to be 21, I have accomplished neither. And again, you can see how that is a defeat in my eyes. But one thing I struggled with when I was a teenager was getting girlfriends. I was not very good with the women. If you guys have seen me on camera, I'm not the most attractive person, and I'm not the most flirtish person. Flirting wasn't my thing. I was kind of just me, and I hoped that someone would find me for me. And many of you guys, if you guys have been around for a while, know my video. If not, I have a whole video breaking down about my ex-girlfriend's accusations against me and how I proved my innocence and all that type of stuff. But there's a video of my channel if you want to watch it. But after that whole incident, I really kind of fell into this rut. And I'm still in this rut to this day. All these months, this year later, I'm still in that rut of feeling as if everything I do in this world is not worth my time, and how I make everyone else mad or upset or disappointed or angry. And that takes away in a person a lot. And so I think this whole thing, what I'm trying to get at is the reason I want to be the best at COD and why I think I am the best is because I'm like anyone else. I'm putting 100% of my time into this. 100%. I'm not worrying about anybody else, not worrying about money or women or anything of that form. I'm putting 100% of me into this. I'm not stopping the grind. When things get rough, I don't stop. And think sometimes people misread that for, oh, you just want to be cocky, and it's like, no, when I die, I want there to be something that people can say he was good at that. Something. I want one person to look back on my life and say he didn't give up on one thing. He may have given up on 100 other things, but he stuck with one thing, and he demolished the competition. I may not always get the highest kills or the fastest camos or the fastest max ranks. I may not have the highest KD. I may not be the first to achieve something. But I'll never stop. Ever. Same with YouTube. I may not get 1,000 views on my videos. I may not be at 1,000 subs. But unless I physically can, I'm never gonna stop. And we're coming up here in the last minute of this video I have saved, so I'll end it there with part 3 coming soon. Sorry it took so long to get this video out. It's been a rough one. Thinking of what I was gonna say for this. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support recently. And I'll get back to our regular schedule, uploads soon. But I feel like this is an important thing I need to do for myself first. And with that being said, I love you guys. You're one of a kind. You're beautiful. Keep fighting. To the next one.